Hello there, dear students. So today we're covering the topic area under the curve, which is the lesson 4.1. So we have this example for today's activity, and if you observe, we have this graph with these two equations. One equation is y equals 2 times e to the negative x plus x, and that's this function. Of course, this is not the only part of the function. Actually, the function goes beyond the 1, and it does exist before the 0, but we just have this part. And the second function is y equals 1/2 times e to the x. Now, the assignment here is to get the area between those two curves. So the way how we do that is just with the integrals. So I think that you already know that if we get the integral of this equation from 0 to 1, you will get this whole area, which is good, but not good enough, because we just want this part between the two curves. So we need to get the area under the curve, the whole thing, and then we need to subtract what? The area for this second equation. So we're actually doing a difference of two integrals. So well, this integral right here, it's the integral of 2 times e to the negative x plus x dx. That's like the first integral that we have. Remember that we need to define that by the way. That is going to give you only the area between 0 and 1, and above the x-axis till the function. So this whole thing, which we don't need the whole thing, just this part. And then we're going to subtract that to this integral right here, which is the second one. So basically it would be this integral minus this integral, or it will be easier if we if we rewrite a new integral like this. Observe, you get the integral first from 0 to 1 of 2 e to the negative x plus x minus 1/2 e to the x times dx. Now, why is that allowed? Because that it will be exactly the same. You have the difference of these two integrals. Remember, this integral corresponds to the area below this function and above the x-axis. And this integral right here will give you actually the blank space. So if you only want to get this area, then that will be the difference of those two integrals. So you head and solve them as you already know how to, and see what happens. You got the integral from 0 to 1, that's 2 e to the negative x. Remember that you should use the change of variable. The value of x becomes u, then the value for the u is -1. Therefore, you need to compensate right there with the negative because of this guy right here. Then the integral for x is x squared over 2 minus 1/2 e to the x. That's actually the same. That's the way how you integrate those two things. And well, that will be the same. Then having -2 e to the -1 plus 1 squared over 2 minus 1/2 e to the 1. And that will be only the part for the upper limit. Then you have to do the substitution of the same expression, but now with the lower limit. And that will be -2 e to the 0. Do not assume that the answer for this will be 0. If you're thinking that, why am I doing this? That's because probably most of the times when you're working with polynomial functions, if you have a 0, you know that the answer will be 0, but this is not a polynomial function. Well, the problem here is that you have probably it is a polynomial function, but you have the value for e, and e to the 0 gives you 1. So do not assume that automatically will be 1 will be 0, because that's not the case. So here you got e to the -1, you got -2 over e, you got e to the -1, that becomes e to the 1, but being a denominator. Then you have in here 1 squared, that gives you 1/2. Then you got minus 1/2 of e. Then you get in here minus, and then you got e to the 0, that's 1. Actually, any number to the power of 0 always gives you 1. So that's 1 times -2, that's -2. That's 0. Actually, I'm going to write it just because, why not? And minus 1/2, something like that. And we're almost there, because we got -2 over e. Then you got this thing right here, minus e over 2. That's 1/2 of e, that's actually e over 2. And then observing here, you got this 1/2, and you got this is a whole number, well, not a whole number, sorry, that's a constant number. You got a -2, which becomes actually a +1, and you got a -1/2. So let's see what happens. If you got -1/2 and the negative value, that becomes +1/2. So you have 1/2 plus this other 1/2, that's the number 1. And then you got a -2 and the negative value, that's actually +2. So 2 plus 1, that gives you 3. And yes, well, this is almost the answer. We can say that that's the answer. But if you want to get another value with decimals, well, you just put this thing into the calculator and you will get some decimal values, which I'm not doing because I don't have a calculator, but you do. Okay? You see, easy as pie, right? Now you're able to work with your examples, and good luck. See you later.